Hello, welcome to a sketchbook session which has been requested by a few people. I hope you enjoy it. So this is my first sketchbook session, so please give me some feedback on what you would like to see more of or what you don't want to see. We're going to be using this Talens art creation sketchbook. It's a small A6 sketchbook, 80 sheets. It's 140 grams. I'm sure most of you are familiar with this. It's a new one. I've done a few little things in here and just been testing it out. So we're going to use this. We need to do some sketches first, and I thought I would sketch some birds and use either some watercolour to block in some base colours or some markers, and then just coloured pencil. The first thing we're going to try draw, I think this is a pink-necked fruit pigeon. I like to draw over the top of lines and sketch and re-sketch, so don't expect neat sketching from me. While the sketching and re-sketching, the reason why it's so rough is it's while I'm working out the form of something and adapting it to my style. So it will be very, very messy, what you see, and I'll come back and get rid of some lines and tidy up the lines I want to keep. So I have an iPad off to my left, so I'm drawing from a reference picture because I find that a lot easier having the reference picture right there so I can look back. Even for things like fruit and things, so you can see where the light is. Not that I go in for full realism, but I do use it as a jumping off point, I should say. Normally with birds, I like to start with the beak, because if I don't get that right, then the rest of the bird's not going to sit well. And the beak then sets up the rest of the head shape and where the eye goes. All right, that one's not looking too bad. This is a pink-headed fruit dove, which I can put in here. There we go. Okay, so that's our spread. So what I normally do is use my kneadable eraser to knock back the lines a little bit, and then we'll start adding some colour. I was going to use two different types. One faber castell polychromos. So these ones here. These ones maintain their tip for longer because they're predominantly all oil-based, so they're harder. But I'm also going to use, in the second one, my holbeins. So these are my favourite, these holbeins. I like them because they are soft and they do blend and layer well. Polychromos layer well, but these, the blending is just beautiful. But you do get a slightly different look. So for example, I did this one with the holbeins, and you can see how soft it is. So this one is using the polychromos. So just so you can see the difference, if I show you these two while I bump you around. So you can see this, you can see the lines, the strokes more, and they layer really nicely where you can see the colours underneath. I started with light colours first. And this one, same sort of thing, but I think it looks a bit more pigmented. I just bought these and these were lots of fun, and it has these beautiful pastel colours. So the bird we're actually doing, which I'll show you so you can see, I can use some of those pastel colours, and the second one is similar. So and this guy, he has black and white and brown, but I'm going to change that. So with these colours, we're going to just put down, not really thick or anything, we're just going to put down a little bit of colour around here as a base, and that allows you to build up the coloured pencil on top really nicely.
Yeah, they don't have a white baseball cap on at the time, but they said they both say mid-20s, kind of light blonde hair, light brown hair, we had a mustache, looked like
Okay, we're back. This is dried, and I've selected a few different colours and just sharpened my pencils to make sure we're all ready to go. Although knowing me, I'll probably change my mind and have to sharpen something else. So we're going to start with this one, and this has that lavender grey sort of head. So I'm going to drop in, maybe, let's see what this colour's like. This one is sky blue. And this one is light ultramarine. So, and we have bits of pink. So he has little pops of pink down here. So I'm just doing strokes, small little strokes with the pencils, just like on the test on the side. Just little flicks like that. When you do that, it allows the colours to shine through. This has a little pop of pink here. Its feathers going this way, and then it continues around over here. Down this way, a little bit on top of its head. And so your strokes just follow the direction of the feathers, because you'll be able to see that. little flicks this way. These pencils are good because they keep a point for longer, I should say. And just following the direction of those feathers. Now you can see why I put the watercolour down first, because this can take a while, and at least if I have some colour underneath, that's going to mean less coloured pencil work, because those colours, even though they're light, will still come through. And the same goes with markers. Now this first one I think is pretty much done. It's just a sketchbook. We'll put in some colour behind it with some paint pens, and we'll move on to this one. So hopefully you can see how those colours blend, but you can still see the texture, and that's what we want. We want to be able to see the texture, the lines. Okay, now we're just going to add some line work. This is just a white Posca in the PC1 MR. I'm going to do this pink-headed pigeon now using some holbein pencils. I'm going to use the same technique as this one, so I'll put on some music and you can enjoy the process. completed sketchbook spread. This is of polychromos, the Faber Castell pencils, with a little bit of white paint pen and black liner. This is a holbein, same process, the white gel or paint pen and black liner, and the same with this one. This one's a holbein as well, and I gave each of them a colour block behind them using some Artex acrylic paint markers. The same technique has been used on each. If you watched through the whole video, thank you very much. But if you skip through, that's fine. So it's the same technique, and it's just so you can see the difference. The holbeins, when they're ultra sharp, and once you layer and layer, they become a lot smoother and you get a little bit of burnishing. They do leave a slight pencil mark, which some people like, some people don't. The Faber Castells, you can see they layer really nicely, but I always find they're not as punchy with the pigment as these ones are. And these are a lot softer, so I guess to get that same level, you'd have to layer more and more. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know which pencils you use, which bird you prefer, which set of pencils you prefer and why. And I will see you in the next sketchbook session. Thank you.